The Ayodhya Kand begins like this. Time moves on in Ayodhya. Dashrath starts to feel that it is time, his body needs some rest. Jiranasyasya sharirasya vishrantim abhirochaye. I feel this body has become old and needs some rest. It's time to retire. And he should hand over the empire. Now, who to hand over to? Clearly, the best person for that is Ram. So, in the first 2 chapters of the Ayodhya Kand, Valmiki describes in great detail why Ram was the most suitable candidate to succeed Dashrath. He talks about a lot of his qualities. Once again, I want to show you a brief clip and then, we'll go ahead with the story.
Sure.
Why Ram? Ram had already demonstrated through his conduct as a prince that he was the most qualified candidate for this role in every respect. Valmiki says, "In archery there is no one who can match him. He is an expert in leading and commanding the troops. Yada vrajati sangramam na vijitya nivartate. Whenever he goes into battle, he never returns without defeating the enemy. He is a great warrior in every way. In fact, the greatest of them all. And though he is overwhelmingly mighty, he is never proud of his strength. On taxation and administration, ayakarmanyupayadnyas sandrashta vyayakarmavit. He knows the right means of generating revenue for the state and the right way of expending the resources. On people skills, in demeanor and speech, he is always pleasant, mrudupurvam. He is ever grateful to those who have done a single good deed, but does not carry the grudge of even 100 offenses. He is highly adept at attracting and retaining the right individuals and in controlling or removing those who create problems. He is most persuasive in debates and discussions, taking people along and not demanding subservience. And with regards to what we call extracurricular activities, Vaiharikanam Shilpanam Vidnyata. He is an expert in the instruments used for entertainment and sport, and is proficient in music too. Ram is always righteous, true to his word, and free from envy. He possesses a sound character with forbearance, gentleness, and a sense of gratitude. He has attained control over his senses.
Maryada Purushottam.
So the essence of Shri Ram out of all of this was that everything that he did was driven by Prajapalana, the welfare of the people, the well-being of all. And he knew that this well-being could only be ensured if society was based on Dharma, righteousness, and truth. For many of us, admittedly, self-interest comes first. Then we think of near and dear ones. And sometimes about the broader society, others, and so on, right? So our interests are in our triangular shape with our self-interest on top. For Shri Ram, the priorities were inverted. So everything that he did was concerned Prajapalana, the welfare of everyone. And his own self-interest was simply absent. And remember, this was the ask of Valmiki right in the beginning when I showed you those shlokas. He had asked, Sarva Bhuteshu Kohita, who is concerned about the welfare of all people? And Ram was like this. So clearly he was the most suitable candidate. And Dashrath considered, him being the Yuvraj. But interestingly, he could not just appoint him Yuvraj. He called for a meeting of a parishad or council to discuss this matter. And it's interesting who all attended this council. So there were other kings, there were citizen representatives of other kings, and also people who resided on, in the forests and the mountains. Vanashailanta Vasinha. We spoke about the Vanaras last time. Now, just think about it. This is a matter of succession in Ayodhya. And who's discussing this? Other kings and citizen representatives. Very interesting political structure. So Dashrath called this Parishad and told them, I'd like to propose Ram's name. Please consider it. And if you agree, then give me your approval. If you think there is somebody else who is more suitable, please do tell. Because these discussions by the unbiased reveal the right answer. Now there was care had been taken to ensure that people in this council were neutral, madhyastha, that they should not have a conflict of interest. So of course Ram and none of the brothers attended the council. Also, Bharat's grandfather, the king of Kekaya, was not invited. King Janak was not invited because they were not neutral, right? So this council, when Dashrath proposed his name, they went and had their discussions. And they came back and told Dashrath that they wholeheartedly supported Ram's name. Dashrath asked them, pretending as though he did not know, Ajananniva. He said, why are you so keen to see him? Am I not doing a good enough job? He wanted to hear why they had chosen him. And the people gave many reasons. But it's interesting what they emphasized. They said, Ramaha Satpurusho Loke Satya Satya Parayanaha. In this world, Ram is the very embodiment of Satya, truth. And that is why we want him to be the successor. Because they knew that their welfare would be ensured by somebody who protected righteousness and truth. So Dashrath then called Ram to the palace. He told him, you have won over the people with your virtues and your behavior. Tasmat tvam pushya yogena yauvarajyam avapnuhi. Therefore, tomorrow, in the Pushya Nakshatra refers to certain star positions in the sky. In the Pushya Nakshatra, you shall be crowned Yuvraj. Dashrath also said, I have an uneasy feeling. I want to get this done quickly. So, it is the month of Chaitra. The forests are full of flowers in bloom. Let's get this done tomorrow itself. Now, these three clues, Pushya Nakshatra, month of Chaitra, and forests in bloom, these are the kind of clues that are used by researchers like Nilesh Oak that you mentioned earlier. He will use this to date the events of the Ramayana, among other things.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.